So what is function? What is a function? So function is a block of instructions, block of instructions, or you can say statements, block of instruction or statements with an identity, with an identity, with an identity. So functions can takes input, can takes input, process that input, process that input, process that input, and generate output, and generate output, and generate output. So function can take input, process that input, and can generate output. So here the thing is def is one keyword. Def is one keyword. Def is the predefined keyword. Def is the predefined keyword which is used to define function, which is used to define function in Python, which is used to define function in Python. So def is the predefined keyword. Def is the predefined keyword which is used to define functions in Python. Now function is having two things. Every functions is having two attributes. What all these attributes is? First is function definition, function definition, and the next is function calling, and next is function calling. So we have two things: function definition and function calling. Now what is function? What is function definition? What is function calling? We will be seeing now. We will be seeing now. First, we will be seeing that what is function definition. What is function definition? So it is a block. It is a block which contain the logic. Which contain the logic. It is a block which contain the logic to perform specific task. To perform specific task. So function is what? Function is nothing but a block of statement, block of logic statement to perform any specific task. So let's say I want to add two numbers. For that, as I told you, that def is the keyword which is used to define functions in Python. So before every function we need to write this keyword def, and Python virtual machine will automatically identify that this is function. If any of the keyword, if any of the statement will start with def, it means this is function in Python. So def and then function name, def and then function name, like add. def function name add. After that, these two braces we need. Then we need semicolon, then we need semicolon, and then next enter, then next enter. Immediately after enter, you have to go a single one tab in your keyboard. There is a one tab keyword is there. If you will click that tab, it will be kind of a combination of some spaces, combination of some predefined spaces. So once you will press tab, so the indentation will be here. The indentation will be here. Now what I am doing, let's say I am doing z is equal to 10 plus 20. Z is equal to 10 plus 20. Here 10, I'm adding the value of 10 and 20. I'm adding the value of 10 and 20, and I'm passing that value, passing that result to z. So now z will be what? Z will be 30. Z will be what? Z will be 30. Z will be 30. Now I am returning this z. Now I am returning this z. Now I am returning this z. So if I call this function, if I will call this function, it will return that z. So this entire function is known as a function definition. So it is a block of statement, it is a block of statement which contain the logic to perform specific tasks. So here I want to add two numbers. So I created one function. Function will always start with keyword def and then function name. Here I want to add two numbers with 10 comma 20, and it is returning the value whatever is the sum of that number. Now my requirement is I don't want to add 10 and 20. I want to add any numbers irrespective of 10 and 20. Then in this function argument, I can pass the argument as x and y, and these x and y I want to add. These x and y I want to add. So whatever value I will pass here, let's say if I pass here what? Let's say if I pass 10 or 20 here, then x will be 10, y will be 20. If I want to pass 100 comma 200, then x will be 100 and y will be 200. So the z will be 300 here. So whatever value I will pass here, that will be added here. That will be added here. So so this syntax is known as a function definition, which is nothing but a block of a statement with like your exact code, your exact logic will be written in function definition. Now, okay, that function is ready, but till then we will not call this function. This will not give you the result. Till then we will not call this function. It will not give you the result. So we need to call that function. We need to call that add method. This add function we need to call. So add, and the number we want to add is 10 comma 20. We want to add the number of 10 comma 20. Once we will be calling this add function, the call will go here, and the first parameter, this is known as a parameter. The first parameter, this x will be treated as what? 10. This y will be treated as what? 20. So the x will be 10, y will be 20, and the z will be what? 10 plus 20 will means 30. 10 plus 20 means 30, and it will return the value of what? 30. It will return the value of 30. So this function will return the value of 30. It means we have to hold this value. Now if I call this add 10 comma 20, it will return z. It means it will return what? 30. It means it will return what? It will return 30. So now sum will be what? 30. Now sum will be what? 30 if I call this method, and when I print the sum, it will print me 30. It will print me 30. So these line of block of statement will known as a block of statement will known as a function definition, and when we are calling this function, that is known as a function calling. That is known as a function calling. And these all statement from here to here, from here to here, entire these statement will be known as a function definition. Function definition. Function definition. Okay. Yes, so function definition is a block of statement, and function calling is what? Function called. Function called is what? It is a single statement. It is a single statement that is used to access the function logic. To access the function logic, if you want to access the function logic, then we need to call that function. Simply we have two attributes here, function definition and function calling. We have to write the logic in one function, and we have to call that function, otherwise that output will not print. Now I will show you by a single program. So here we have one example, I think, right? Okay, this is for that. So yes, let's close this. So we close this. So here what I will do is I will simply copy this. I will paste here. I will save. I will save with some dot py. Some dot py. sum.py. And now I will open this location where my Python is having study SAB103. Here I can see that sum.py is there. Now simply write cmd. I will write python sum.py. Python sum.py. You can see here that no output is coming. You can see here no output is coming because we have function definition, but we didn't call that function. This function will always be execute when we call that function, because let's say in our class we have three resources. All you guys resources will be keep listening whatever I'm telling. So if I say that hey Aman, are you there, then only Aman will say yes, I am there. So I need to call that Aman, then only Aman will respond. So Aman is there, so the function is there, but this will be called when I will call him, when I called him. So we need to call this function, we need to call that function, then only this function will be called, then only this function will be called, then only this function will be called. Now the output will be 30. Now the output will be 30 because we called that function. Now in Python, one by one line will be executed, one by one line will be executed. So first of all, our interpreter will see def add x comma y. Okay, no problem. Then z is equal to x plus y. Okay, no problem. Then return z. Okay, no problem. Sum is equal to add 10 comma 20. As soon as I will call this function, the control will go here, the control will go here. The first parameter will be treated as x as a 10 and y as a 20, and x plus y means 10 plus 20, and z will be 30. Now it is returning 30. Now this line of statement will be replaced by what? 30. Now sum is equal to 30 and I am printing sum. It means I am printing as a 30. I am printing as a 30. So line by line my code will be executed. Line by line my code will be executed. Okay, so this is a small program of related to function, where we understood that what is function definition and what is function calling. What is function definition and what is function calling. Now there are few types of functions, or we can say that there are a classification of functions, or let's say types of functions. Type of functions. So the one type is no argument and no return value. No return value. This is one type of function. This is one type of function when there is no argument and no return type. So this is known as an argument. This value which we are passing into the function, that is known as a argument. So there may be a function, but that is one kind of function where there is no argument as well as there is no return value. So the syntax for that function will be what? Def will always be there. Let's say function name is fun. Let's say function name is fun. No argument, it means we are not passing anything here. We are not passing anything here. Then here will be the logic of the function. Here will be, let's say, logic of the function. Okay, and then return will also be not there. Return will also be not there, and we can simply call this function. So this is the syntax of no argument and no return value type of function. No argument, no return type value function. The second type is with argument and no return. With argument and no return value. So the syntax will be what? With argument. It means we have to pass something in the function. We have to pass something into the function. So here I am passing a value of x. Here I am passing a one value of x as we want one argument. Then there will be the function logic. Then there will be the function logic that can be anything. And now no return value. Now no return value means we are not returning any value. Means we are not returning any value. And then when we are calling this function, then this will be called. So we are passing one value, but we are not returning any value. That also could be a type of function. The next will be with argument means we have to pass the argument as well as we have to pass the return. We have to use the return. We have to use the return. So the syntax will be what? With argument we have to pass one argument. It means we have to pass one value, as well as the logic will be there, as well as the logic definitely will be there, and at the end we have to return the value. We have to return the value. The value can be anything. Let's say here I am returning what? A. Here I am returning simple A. Here I am returning simple A, and here I will call this function. Here I will call this function. So in function calling, I need to pass some value. That value can be anything. Let's say I'm passing here 10. Let's see, here I am passing 10. Okay, this is one type of function. This is one type of function where we have to pass the argument, as well as the function will return any value, as well as the function will returning any value. The fourth type is no argument. No argument, but with return value. But with return value. We do not have any argument. We will not have any argument. It means we need not to pass anything into the function parameter, but return value will be there. But at the end we have to return something. At the end we have to return something. Let's say here I'm returning ABC, and at the end we need to call that function. So these four type of function we have. These four type of function we have in Python. These four type of function we have in Python. One is no argument, no return value. No argument, no return value. So yes, is asking what do you mean by return and why we have to return. Yes, so as we saw here, let's say I want to create the program of addition of two numbers. Okay, so in that case there may be a possibility that either you want the fixed number as 10 and 20, but there may be a possibility that you want the number from user. Because let's say there's an example of calculator will not always add the number of 10 and 20. Whatever value you will pass, that number will be add when you are trying to use the add operation on calculator. So in calculator at backend there is a add function. And whenever you are trying 10 plus 20, then what it will be doing is at the backend it is passing 10 as a x value, y as a 20, and that function will return something. Return means something will display on your LED LCD, right? Calculator is having some small LCD. So whatever is returning means you are giving some input to the calculator, you are giving some input to that function, calculator function, and that function is returning something. Because if you are passing the value 10 plus 20, definitely you want the addition of those number. So if the calculator will not return anything, then there is no use of calculator. So this is the normal example, generic example, where you will see that why we need return. And return means that function is returning the output of that function. Return is used to return the output of that function. So that's why here we need the return the output of the addition of this function. That's why for that we need to use this return keyword. We cannot use like returning or anything. Return is a specific keyword. We have to use this return keyword to return anything from this function. So whatever calculation will be taken care here, the final answer you want to return to the user. The final answer you want to return to the user. That's why we need to return. That's why we have to use the return here. In this case, maybe there is a form. In this case, maybe you are filling some IRCTC website where you want to book your ticket. In that case they are asking that please enter your name. Okay, or maybe like you are registering some free session on some seminar. Okay, and they have some Google form, and you are filling your name and every detail there. So once you will fill, and that record will be submitted, but you will not get any output. So in that is a kind of, that is an example of this with argument and no return value. You are passing something, but you are not getting any return. You are passing something, but you are not getting any return. No argument, no return value. No argument, no return value means you are not passing anything as well as you are not returning anything. You are not passing anything as well as you are not returning anything. And with argument and with return value is you are passing one value, and it is also returning one value. So this is the same as we have in some program. Okay, so yeah, no argument means we are not passing any value, but it is returning, some value. Let's say if I asked like what's your name, then okay, let's assume that this is the chat window. So first of all, let's say Aman came into this window. I didn't say that hi hello, but immediately as soon as Aman came, he pinged hi. So I didn't ask anything, but Aman replied hi. So there's no argument, there's no question, but still he's returning something. So such kind of problem, such kind of method can be written by using this no argument and return value. So slowly we will be creating the program. Slowly we will be creating the programs related to these. This is just the brief that what kind of functions we have and why we can use this return. Return is used to return the output of that function. Return the output of that function. Okay, so now, so yes, now now we will do one thing. We will create another program. We will create one small another program. So to show you little bit on functions. So there's a sum. I will change this sum to function. Function one. Function one. Let me open this. Function one. Let me open this. So here I will create one function. Here I will create one function. Okay. Next tab. Then simply I will use print. Simply I will use print of what? Let's say fun. Let's say fun. Okay. In that case, let's say I am also printing hi outside of this function. I am printing hi outside of this function, and I am also printing hello outside of this function. Outside of this function. Now this function one is having one function definition. This is what? This is function definition. Function definition. Function definition. So this hash is used to for the single line commenting, like whatever we will write after this hash, that will not be print, that will not be a part of the program. Okay, so def fun function definition. So this is function definition. Inside the function what we write is fun, and then we are having print hi, then we are having print hello, but those are outside of this function. How we can say that those are outside of this function? Because if those are inside this function, then they should be like this. The indentation they should follow. The indentation they should follow. So here the scope of this function is from here to here. Here you can also see, like, okay, if I will use many times fun. So here you can see that this minus and this red color line is showing. So this is showing that this function scope is from here to here. If I click here, it will be merged into the single line. Okay, so the function scope will be from here to here only. Okay, now print hi and print hello. Here we saw that I didn't call this function. I have the function definition, but I didn't use the function calling. I didn't call this function. So when I try to execute, what should be the output? What should be the output? What should be the output? So the output should be what? Output should be hi and hello only. Output should be hi and hello only. Output should be hi and hello only. Why hi and hello? Because first interpreter will go to this line def function, tell with this line print fun, then with this line print hi, immediately it will print hi, then print hello, immediately it will print hello. Nowhere I tried to call this function, that's why this fun is not printing, that's why this fun is not printing. Okay, now let's say, so this is the example of no argument and no return. Yes, I'm gonna catch the thing. This is the example of no argument and no return. So now I am calling this function. Now I am calling this function fun. When I execute, now when I execute, output will be first it will print hi, then I am calling fun, so immediately the control will go here, then it will come inside this function, it will print fun, and then control will again come here, and then it will print hello. So the output will be hi fun hello, hi fun hello. Oh, sorry, hi fun hello. So yeah, function one, hi fun hello, the output will be hi fun hello. So earlier I didn't call this, that's why I didn't call, now I call this function. So wherever you will call this function, wherever you will call this function, at that time only it will be called, at that time only it will be called. Now output will be hi hello, and this function will return fun, this function will return fun. So the output will be hi hello and fun this time, hi hello fun this time, because I called this fun at last. Okay, so whenever you will call this fun, that will be called. Now there's a one thumb rule, there's a one thumb rule, then it is not recommended, it is not recommended to call that function before its function definition. Before its function definition, it is not recommended to call. Let's say here I use the fun, I use the fun, so immediately when my interpreter will start, when my interpreter will start running this program, at the first line it will see fun, it means it is trying to call fun function. But with this line fun is not defined yet, with this line fun is not defined yet. Definitely in future fun will be there, but here fun is still not defined. So that's why the error will come, error will come that fun is still not yet defined. So the error will come that fun is still not defined, name fun is not defined, so fun is still not defined, that's why error will come. Why error will come? Because at the first line I am trying to call fun function, but with this line if I will hide the remaining code, if I will hide the remaining this code, then there is no fun, then there is no fun. And that's why the output should definitely will be like what, fun is not defined. In future I am trying to define the function, but with this line there is no fun. So always recommended that before calling that function, function body should be there, function definition should be there before calling that function. Once function will be there, then you can call at any time. So this is a thumb rule in Python, that before calling any function, before calling any function, always it is recommended to call function, it is always recommended to define the function, to define the function, it is always recommended to define the function. Okay, so if we are calling, if we are calling this fun at first line, it will give me the error, it will give me the error, it will give me the error that fun is not defined, fun is not defined. At after the definition you can call the function, you can call the function from any of the places, you can call the function from any of the places. Okay, you can call the function at any of the places after definition. So yes is asking why you don't define print hi and print hello. So print hi and print hello is not defined because in Python, and we will learn, there's a one topic like exceptional handling, there's a one topic in future we will learn the exceptional handling. There we will be seeing that there are some exceptions which will be handled automatically by Python virtual machine, and there are some errors which we have to handle the explicitly. So here we didn't handle any exception. That's why at the initial stage, whenever the program thought that this program is written by a kind of like unknown person of a Python, unknown Python person. So immediately this error is came like name error, which is a like very basic error. So which is a like very basic error. So this, as soon as we will have this name error, the program will immediately terminate. The program will immediately terminate, and it will not print anything. But there will be few errors. In that case, only that specific line will not print. Like there will be some errors. In that case, only this function calling function output will not print. Other than that, hi, hello, and whatever we will write, that all will be printed. But this name error, in on this name error, the program will be terminate. So on which error the program will terminate, on which error the program will start executing with remaining output, and only will display the errors related to what we wrote wrong. So that all kind of segregation of those errors and exceptions and all, we will learn during exceptional handling. We will learn during exceptional handling. So for some of the error, it will be terminate. For some of the error, it will be running the next program that we will be learning in during exceptional handling. That is a part of advanced Python. So it will take approximately 20-25 days to go to that position to understand that why it is not printing hi and hello, and what kind of this error is name error. So we have so many errors: name error, syntax error, logical error. So we will see one by one during the exceptional handling, which is the complete topic related to error handling. Okay, so no argument with the return value. Yes. So now what thumb rule we understood is that it is not recommended to call the function before its definition. So this is one thumb rule. Okay, this is one thumb rule. Okay, this is all about a very brief about functions. A very brief about functions. We will be in detail. We will be discussing later on.